Hello all my dear student friends. Welcome to this session. We are studying the subject power engineering and refrigeration. Let us continue the study of the gas turbines. So, what is a gas turbine? What is a turbine first of all? So, turbine is a prime mover, rotary type of prime mover. Turbine is a power producing device. So, in case of turbine, directly we are getting the rotary motion. In case of the IC engine, first of all we obtain the reciprocating motion, and then it is required to convert the reciprocating motion into rotary motion. So this increases the vibrations. But in case of gas turbine, since we are getting directly the rotary motion, the vibrations are reduced. At the same time, we also have some other advantages of the gas turbines over the IC engines. So, in case of gas turbine, the various processes like compression, combustion and expansion takes place in different vessels or different devices, different components. Like the compression is taking place in the separate compressor, we are having the separate combustion chamber or the heat exchanger where there is exchange of heat and there is a combustion of the fuel. Then we are having a separate turbine for the expansion. So thus the different processes takes place in different components in case of the gas turbine. But in case of the IC engine, you will find that all the various processes like compression, combustion and expansion take place in the same component, that is the cylinder of the engine. So this is the important difference between the gas turbine and the IC engine. So gas turbine is a rotary type of thermal prime mover used for the production of mechanical power. Gas turbine is used for the production of mechanical power, and it is a rotary type of prime mover, it is a thermal prime mover. So this word gas indicates that it is a thermal prime mover, because we are using the hot gases, we are using the combustion chamber and combined with it sometimes the heat exchanger. So the hot gases we are using in case of the gas turbine. We are supplying the heat energy to the gases in case of the gas turbine. So the advantages of the gas turbine are exceptional reliability. Gas turbine is a reliable machine. We can depend on it. We are sure that definitely we are going to obtain the energy. It will definitely work. It will not stop in between. So it is a reliable machine. The vibrations in case of gas turbines are less because the speed is high and we are not required to convert the reciprocating motion into rotary motion. The moving parts are less. So the vibrations are less. There is less wear and tear. The size of the gas turbine is small and the weight is also less. Then some gas turbines are having the ability to use the low grade fuel. Even you can use the coal and wood, etc., especially in the closed cycle gas turbines. As I have told you, in IC engine, compression, combustion and expansion take place in a single cylinder, while in gas turbine, compression, combustion and expansion take place in separate components. Now let us study the construction and working of the closed cycle gas turbine. First of all, this is a compressor. Now in the compressor is started with the help of the starting motor. Later on, the compressor can obtain the power from the turbine. When the turbine will start, the turbine will operate the compressor. But at the beginning, we require the starter motor which will supply the mechanical work or work of compression, mechanical power to the compressor for starting purpose only, right? So what is entering inside the compressor is the recirculated working substance. In case of closed cycle, it is not necessary that we should use air only as the working substance. we can use a better working substance. We can use that working substance which is having a better thermal properties, better heat transfer coefficient. So either we can use helium, or we can use the mixture of helium and carbon dioxide as the working substance in case of closed cycle gas turbine. But in case of open cycle gas turbine, by default air is the working substance, right? So this let us say that working substance is the mixture of helium and carbon dioxide. So this working substance enters inside the compressor and it is recirculated one. It is coming from the turbine. It is cooled here before it enters the compressor, right? Now from the compressor, the compressed working substance will enter inside the heat exchanger. So the heat exchanger also consists of a combustion chamber. The fuel is burned, fuel is supplied in the combustion chamber, right? And the heat is produced, right? Now there is indirect contact between the working substance and the hot gases which are produced in the combustion chamber due to combustion of the fuel, right? So air is entering inside the combustion chamber, fuel is also entering inside the combustion chamber, and the combustion of the fuel takes place and the temperature of the air increases. Now the working substance which is coming out of the compressor is brought in indirect contact. It is brought in indirect contact with the hot air which is obtained due to the combustion of the fuel in the combustion chamber. So thus there is the exchange of heat in the heat exchanger. The heat is transferred from the hot air from the combustion chamber to the working substance which is coming out from the compressor, and the temperature of this working substance is now increased. So the heat energy is supplied to this working substance. First of all, mechanical work is supplied. It is compressed, the working substance is compressed so that the volume is reduced, right? And easily then we can supply the heat in the heat exchanger from the hot air to the working substance, and now the temperature of the working substance has been increased. Now this working substance whose temperature as well as pressure has been increased, temperature is increased in the heat exchanger, pressure is increased in the compressor. Now this working substance is having lot of energy, say pressure energy, heat energy, etc., right? So now this working substance will first of all pass through the nozzles so that the pressure energy is converted into kinetic energy. This working substance is also having now lot of kinetic energy, and this working substance will pass through the nozzle and will get a jet of this particular gas, and this jet will be bombarded or impinged on the blades of the turbine so that the kinetic energy of this working substance is supplied to the turbine blades and the turbine start rotating. Turbine will start rotating. So thus the rotation of the turbine will give us the mechanical work or mechanical power. So the rotation of the turbine is nothing but the conversion of the pressure energy into kinetic energy. Pressure energy into kinetic energy, right? So in the turbine, the expansion of the gases takes place. The gases will expand in the turbine, and thus the conversion of the pressure energy is there. Pressure energy is converted into kinetic energy due to the expansion of the gases over in the turbine, and then we get the work from the turbine, the mechanical work or mechanical power from the turbine, that is equal to the Wt. Now this turbine will operate the compressor. Whatever power is produced by the turbine, some of it will be given to the compressor. Some of it is utilized for driving the compressor, and The remaining power is the output power, and it can be used for uh, production of electricity if it is coupled to the generator. If the turbine is coupled to the generator, electricity can be produced. Okay, but some power is given to the compressor. Say work of compression, WC, is given by the turbine to the compressor, and whatever power we can obtain from the turbine will be the net power, that is WT minus WC will be W net, that is the net power, and the net power can be utilized for as the output power, maybe for generation of the electricity with the help of the generator. Now finally, after expansion, the working substance will be recirculated, will be going back to the compressor. The working substance generally may be the mixture of helium and carbon dioxide in case of the closed cycle gas turbine. That will go back, that will be first of all cooled here, it will be cooled, and then it will enter inside the compressor. So here the cooler is there, cooler is not shown, so cooler is there present here. So through the cooler, this working substance will pass and it will be cooled and it will be returned to the compressor. So this is the construction and the working of the closed cycle gas turbine. Now the applications of the gas turbines, that is the generation of electricity. For the generation of electricity, we can use the gas turbines, as we have seen just now, that if we use the generator, then definitely if the generator is coupled to the gas turbine shaft, then we can get the electricity, and electricity can be generated. Now we are using the hydraulic power plants for the generation of electricity, but the gas turbines can be used as the standby devices for the production of electric power in the hydroelectric power plants. Now in the industries, for the pumping of the crude oil and in the required in the refining processes, we are using the gas turbines. For supercharging of the IC engines, we can use the gas turbines, and in this way in the automobiles we can use the gas turbines. We can use the gas turbines for the locomotive propulsion and the marine ship propulsion. For the marine ship propulsion also we can use the gas turbines, and in the aircraft also the gas turbines are used. So these are the applications of the gas turbines. Let us study the classification of the gas turbine according to the condition of the combustion. The gas turbines are classified as constant pressure combustion gas turbine or continuous combustion gas turbine. So the combustion process may take place at constant pressure continuously. Then the gas turbine is called as the constant pressure combustion gas turbine or the continuous combustion gas turbine. Or we can have the constant volume combustion gas turbine or explosive combustion gas turbine. So in this case, the combustion takes place suddenly, it is not slowly, it is not continuous, there is an explosion, right? And the combustion takes place at constant volume. So there is a sudden rise in the pressure. So it is not a constant pressure, but it is a constant volume gas turbine, where the combustion is not continuous, the combustion takes place suddenly, there is an explosion, right? Or the combustion is explosive. That gas turbine is called as the constant volume gas turbine. According to the thermodynamic cycle, which cycle is used? Depending upon that, the gas turbines are classified as Breton or Joule cycle, and that is used for the constant volume gas turbine. Then the Atkinson cycle is also used for the constant volume gas turbine, but for the constant pressure gas turbines we are using the Ericsson cycle. According to the cycle of operation, gas turbines are classified as open cycle gas turbine for constant volume or constant pressure gas turbines. So when we are using the open cycle in the gas turbine, then it may be a constant volume gas turbine or it may also be a constant pressure gas turbine. But if we are using a closed cycle, then that is the constant pressure gas turbine only. We can also have the semi-closed cycle gas turbine. According to the arrangement of the shaft, single shaft gas turbine, compressor is run by the power turbine. So in this case, we are having only one turbine, that is the power turbine, and that will also operate the compressor. So it is a single shaft. We don't require more than one shaft, right? Because the compressor is run by the same turbine, which is the power turbine. Now, in case of multi-shaft gas turbine, we are having a separate turbine to run the gas turbine, to run the compressor. We are having a separate turbine to run the compressor in addition to the power turbine. So power turbine is separate, and we are having an additional small turbine for operating the compressor. According to the fuel used, gas turbines are classified as liquid fuel gas turbine, solid fuel gas turbine, or the gaseous fuel gas turbine. According to the applications, gas turbine may be stationary gas turbine or automotive gas turbine, locomotive gas turbine, or the marine gas turbine, which is used in the ships, and gas turbines are also used in the aircraft. So accordingly, the classification is aircraft gas turbines. So this is the classification according to the application. So it is classification as well as application, right? So this was the classification of the gas turbines, and I will stop here, and we will continue the study of the gas turbines in the next lecture. Thank you, my dear friend.